God says, "Beloved soul, listen carefully, not with urgency and not with fear, but with calm attention." This message is not here to pressure you, and it is not here to make promises that rush your heart. It is here to bring understanding. True abundance does not arrive because of panic, and it does not disappear because of timing. It arrives when the inner world is ready to receive what the outer world reflects. God says, "Many people think wealth is something that suddenly appears or suddenly vanishes, but that is not how life truly works. Abundance is not luck that leaves you when you hesitate. It is alignment that grows when you understand yourself." The reason this message found you is not because time is running out, but because clarity is arriving. Beloved soul, you may have spent a long time worrying about security, stability, and the future. You may have looked at others and wondered why things seemed easier for them. But God says, abundance does not begin in the hands. It begins in the mind and the heart. When your thoughts become steady and your choices become intentional, life begins to respond in quiet but meaningful ways. God says, "Nothing good in your life is taken away because you pause. Nothing meant for you disappears because you take time to understand. What is truly yours moves with patience, not pressure." That is why this message invites you to breathe, not to rush. To reflect, not to panic. Right now, Archangel Michael stands as a guardian of balance, not as a messenger of urgency. He is not telling you to hurry. He is reminding you to remain grounded. He understands that abundance without wisdom creates anxiety, but abundance with clarity creates peace. His presence is calm because what is forming in your life is meant to last, not to shock you. Beloved soul, growth that lasts does not come with threats. It comes with understanding. You are being guided to recognize your value, your skills, your patience, and your ability to build steadily. These are the foundations of real prosperity. Not sudden gain, but sustainable progress. Not pressure, but preparation. God says, stop believing that missing a moment means missing your destiny. Destiny does not operate on fear-based deadlines. It unfolds as you grow. The more you align with truth, the more opportunities recognize you naturally. This is how doors open without force. This is how provision arrives without chaos. Beloved soul, abundance is not only money. It is clarity of thought. It is confidence in choice. It is peace in decision-making. When these things settle within you, external stability follows. Life begins to respond to the way you carry yourself, not to the way you rush. God says, you are not late. You are not behind. You are not about to lose anything meant for you. What is forming in your life requires patience, awareness, and trust. These qualities are growing within you now, even if you do not yet see the full picture. Archangel Michael remains near, not to announce sudden fortune, but to protect steady growth. He knows that true richness is built, not demanded. It grows quietly, step by step, choice by choice. And because it grows this way, it does not collapse easily. Beloved soul, let go of the idea that fear creates opportunity. Fear only creates noise. Peace creates clarity. And clarity creates progress. You are being invited into a season where your actions feel calmer, your decisions feel wiser, and your path feels more stable. God says, receive this understanding gently. Nothing is being taken from you. Everything that belongs to you is moving toward you in the right time, in the right way. Stay present. Stay grounded. What is meant to grow will grow. God says, beloved soul, now that you understand abundance is not created by fear or pressure, I want you to understand where it truly begins. Abundance does not start with an event. It starts with alignment. It begins the moment your thoughts slow down enough to hear wisdom instead of noise. You have lived through seasons where you believed speed was the answer, where you felt rushed to arrive somewhere before you fully understood where you were going. But heaven never rushes what is meant to last. Heaven prepares. God says, many people desire wealth, but few understand readiness. Readiness is not about having more, it is about managing well what already exists within you. Your patience, your discipline, your ability to stay consistent even when results are slow, these are signs of readiness. These qualities do not attract chaos. They attract stability. And stability is the ground where real abundance grows. Beloved soul, there were times when you compared yourself to others and felt behind. You wondered why progress seemed uneven, why effort did not immediately translate into visible reward. But God says, comparison clouds discernment. What looks fast from the outside is often fragile on the inside. You were being guided toward something steadier, something that would not collapse under pressure. That is why your path asked you to learn before it allowed you to receive. God says, abundance responds to clarity. When your mind becomes focused and your heart becomes calm, your decisions change. You no longer chase every opportunity. You choose wisely. You no longer react emotionally. You act intentionally. This shift may feel subtle, but it is powerful. It changes how life responds to you. Right now, Archangel Michael stands as a guardian of this process, not urging speed, not promising sudden gain, but protecting balance. He understands that wealth without balance creates anxiety, while wealth with understanding creates freedom. His presence is steady because this phase is about foundation, not spectacle. Beloved soul, abundance is also about trust, trust in your ability to grow, to learn, and to adapt. You are not required to know everything today. You are required to remain teachable. When humility and confidence work together, growth becomes natural. You begin to see patterns. You recognize what drains you and what supports you. You stop investing energy where there is no return. God says, notice how your relationship with time is changing. You no longer feel desperate. You feel deliberate. You understand that consistency beats urgency. This mindset shift matters more than any external opportunity. It ensures that when opportunities arrive, you are calm enough to evaluate them wisely. Beloved soul, abundance is built through small, repeated choices made with clarity. It is built through discipline that does not feel like punishment. It is built through patience that does not feel like delay. These qualities are forming within you now. That is why this message emphasizes understanding over excitement. Excitement fades. Understanding endures. God says, you are learning to separate desire from impulse. Desire is healthy. Impulse is expensive. When you slow down, you gain control. When you gain control, you gain freedom. This freedom allows you to build without burning out. Beloved soul, the season ahead is not about sudden change. It is about steady improvement. You will notice that your thinking becomes more practical, your planning becomes clearer, and your actions become more intentional. This is abundance taking shape internally before it becomes visible externally. God says, do not underestimate the power of calm focus. Calm focus allows you to recognize the right moment instead of forcing one. It allows you to say no without guilt and yes without fear. These decisions shape your future quietly, but effectively. Archangel Michael remains near, ensuring that your growth stays grounded. He is not announcing deadlines. He is not offering guarantees tied to time. He is reminding you that what is meant to last grows in stages. Each stage builds strength for the next. Beloved soul, abundance also includes peace of mind. You are learning how to think long-term, how to protect your energy, and how to build without comparing. This peace will attract the right collaborations, the right ideas, and the right momentum. Life responds to the way you carry yourself. God says, stop worrying about missing out. You are not missing anything meant for you. What aligns with your growth will find you naturally. Your role is not to rush toward abundance, but to remain aligned so abundance can recognize you. Beloved soul, the clarity you are gaining now is worth more than sudden gain. It teaches you how to keep what you build. It teaches you how to grow without fear. It teaches you how to remain grounded as things improve. This is the kind of abundance that supports a full life, not just a moment. God says, stay with this understanding. Let it guide your choices gently. You are not late. You are not lacking. You are preparing. And preparation is the quiet language of lasting prosperity. God says, beloved soul, now that your mind is calmer and your heart is more aligned, something important begins to change around you. You may not notice it all at once, because real progress does not announce itself loudly. It shows up quietly, through better decisions, clearer thinking, and a sense of stability that was missing before. This is how opportunity truly enters a life, not through pressure, but through readiness. God says, there was a time when you believed opportunity had to be chased, when you felt that if you did not act fast enough, you would miss something important. But now you are learning a deeper truth. What aligns with you does not need to be chased. It recognizes you. When your thoughts become focused and your intentions become clear, life responds differently. Doors do not need to be forced. They open because you are prepared to walk through them calmly. Beloved soul, alignment changes how you see possibilities. You no longer feel overwhelmed by choices. You feel guided. You begin to recognize which paths feel steady and which feel draining. This discernment is not luck. It is the result of understanding yourself more deeply. You are learning that saying no to the wrong things creates space for the right ones to appear. God says, opportunity is not always something new arriving. Sometimes it is clarity about what you already have. You begin to use your skills more intentionally. You manage your time with greater respect. You invest your energy where it can grow instead of where it gets wasted. These changes may seem small, but they compound over time. This is how steady progress is built. Right now, Archangel Michael stands as a guardian of this transition, not urging you to move faster, but helping you move wisely. He understands that opportunity without discernment creates confusion, while opportunity with clarity creates growth. His presence is calm because this phase is about balance, not rush. Beloved soul, as alignment deepens, you may notice that the right conversations begin to happen naturally. People speak to you with more respect. Ideas flow more easily. Solutions appear where there was once uncertainty. This is not coincidence. Life responds to coherence. When your inner world becomes organized, your outer world reflects that order. God says, you are no longer reacting from fear of lack. You are responding from a place of understanding. This shift changes everything. Decisions no longer feel heavy. You choose with intention rather than impulse. You trust yourself enough to wait when waiting is wise and to act when action feels clear. Beloved soul, steady progress often feels quiet compared to dramatic change, but it lasts longer. You are learning to appreciate consistency over excitement. You understand that growth that feels calm is more sustainable than growth that feels rushed. This mindset protects what you build. God says, you may still have moments of doubt, but they no longer control you. You acknowledge them and move forward anyway. This is maturity. You no longer need certainty before you begin. You need clarity of direction, and that clarity is forming within you now. Beloved soul, opportunities that align with you will not ask you to abandon your values. They will respect your pace. They will feel supportive rather than stressful. This is how you will know they are right for you. You are no longer attracted to chaos disguised as opportunity. God says, notice how your confidence is becoming quieter but stronger. You no longer need to convince others. You let results speak. You focus on progress instead of comparison. This confidence attracts the right circumstances naturally, because it is grounded, not performative. Archangel Michael remains near, ensuring that as opportunities arise, you remain centered. He is not directing outcomes. He is protecting your clarity. He knows that when clarity is guarded, growth follows naturally. Beloved soul, you are entering a phase where effort feels more effective. You are not working harder, you are working smarter. You are not doing more, you are doing what matters. This efficiency is not accidental. It is the fruit of alignment. God says, allow progress to unfold at its own pace. Do not rush to label outcomes. Do not pressure yourself to arrive somewhere quickly. What you are building now is meant to support you long term. That requires patience and consistency. Beloved soul, the opportunities forming around you are responding to who you have become, not who you were before. You are more aware, more focused, more grounded. This version of you is capable of sustaining growth without losing peace. God says, stay attentive but relaxed. Be open without being anxious. Move forward without forcing. This balance will guide you into the next stage naturally. Stay with this understanding. What you are building is real, steady, and aligned. God says, beloved soul, now that alignment has turned into opportunity, something even more important begins to form. It is stability. Not the kind that locks you into routine, but the kind that gives you room to breathe. This stability does not come from having everything figured out. It comes from trusting yourself enough to move forward without panic. You are no longer chasing progress. You are allowing progress to meet you where you are. God says, there was a time when uncertainty made you anxious, when every decision felt heavy because you feared making the wrong one. But now your mind is calmer. Your thoughts are clearer. You understand that growth does not require perfection. It requires presence. This shift changes how you experience life. You no longer feel rushed by time. You feel supported by it. Beloved soul, stability shows itself in small but meaningful ways. You begin to plan without stress. You begin to act without second-guessing every step. You begin to trust that even if something does not work immediately, you will adjust and continue. This confidence is not loud. It is steady. And steady confidence attracts steady results. God says, visible progress does not always announce itself dramatically. Often it appears as consistency. You start completing what you begin. You manage your energy better. You notice fewer emotional highs and lows. These signs matter more than sudden success because they show that growth is becoming sustainable. Right now, Archangel Michael stands quietly as a guardian of this stage. He is not urging you to move faster, and he is not warning you of loss. He is protecting balance. He understands that when progress becomes visible, the temptation to rush can return. His presence reminds you to remain grounded. Beloved soul, stability also changes how others respond to you. People sense when someone is no longer scattered. Conversations become more focused. Interactions feel more respectful. Opportunities come with clearer terms. This is not coincidence. Life mirrors the way you carry yourself. When you move calmly, life meets you calmly. God says, you are learning to value consistency over excitement. Excitement fades quickly. Consistency builds quietly. You now understand that showing up daily with intention creates more progress than waiting for perfect motivation. This understanding frees you from emotional dependence on outcomes. Beloved soul, confidence becomes visible when you stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. You choose what aligns and release what does not without drama. You no longer feel the need to convince others of your direction. You trust your path enough to walk it quietly. This self-trust is powerful. God says, stability allows you to enjoy progress without fear of losing it. You no longer assume that good moments must end quickly. You allow yourself to experience growth without bracing for collapse. This mindset shift matters. It allows you to build without self-sabotage. Beloved soul, visible progress also brings patience. You no longer expect overnight change. You appreciate gradual improvement. You understand that every step forward strengthens the foundation beneath you. This patience keeps you moving even when results are subtle. God says, notice how your relationship with effort has changed. You are not pushing yourself endlessly. You are working with intention. You rest without guilt. You move without force. This balance preserves your energy and allows progress to continue steadily. Archangel Michael remains near, ensuring that your confidence stays rooted in clarity, not ego. He understands that growth must be protected from comparison. You are not competing with anyone else's timeline. You are honoring your own. Beloved soul, stability also brings peace of mind. You sleep more deeply. You worry less. You trust yourself more. These internal changes are signs that progress is real. External results will follow because the inner foundation is strong. God says, do not rush this phase. Let stability do its work. Let confidence deepen naturally. Let progress remain steady. What you are building now is meant to support you, not exhaust you. Beloved soul, the path ahead feels calmer because you are calmer. The future feels manageable because you are grounded. This is not luck. This is alignment maturing into confidence. Stay present. What is forming now is solid, steady, and sustainable. If this message brought calm and confidence, type Amen and receive it with peace. Stay connected, steady progress continues.